Ladies and gentlemen, life is unpredictable. It takes us through highs and lows, through moments of joy and moments of despair. But what truly defines us is not what happens to us, but how we choose to respond. There was a time in my life when I thought my dreams had been shattered, when I believed that my world had come to an end. I was confined to a wheelchair, and for a while I let it define me. I thought of it as a limitation, a barrier between me and the life I had once imagined. But then I realized something profound. This wheelchair was not my cage. It was my set of wings. Society often tells us that strength comes from standing tall, from walking forward. But strength is not in the legs that move. It is in the heart that refuses to give up, in the mind that dares to dream, in the soul that continues to soar despite the storms. I chose to rise above my circumstances. I chose to embrace my reality and turn my pain into my power. And in doing so, I discovered something incredible. When we stop focusing on what we have lost and start celebrating what we still have, we unlock the true potential within us. Life will challenge us in ways we never expect. It will test our courage and shake our faith. But remember this: every challenge is an opportunity, every setback is a lesson, and every hardship carries within it the seed of growth. Today, I stand before you not as someone defined by a wheelchair, but as someone who has found freedom beyond it. I have learned that wings are not just for those who can walk, they are for those who dare to believe, who dare to fly with the power of their dreams. So to everyone who feels broken, to everyone who thinks their struggles have clipped their wings, know this: you are not bound by your circumstances. Your spirit is stronger than your challenges. Your dreams are bigger than your fears, and your courage is greater than your pain. Turn your wheelchair, whatever it may be in your life, into wings. Fly with hope, with resilience, and with the unwavering belief that nothing can hold you back. Challenges are opportunities. Life's hardships are not meant to break us, but to help us grow and discover our inner strength. Strength comes from within. True strength is not in physical ability, but in resilience, determination, and the courage to rise above adversity. Redefining limitations. A wheelchair or any challenge in life is not a cage, but an opportunity to find new ways to soar. Embrace your reality. Instead of focusing on what is lost, celebrate what remains and use it to move forward. Your spirit is unstoppable. No setback, no failure, and no obstacle can limit a person who believes in their dreams and potential. Turn pain into power, transform struggles into motivation, and use your story to inspire and uplift others. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns. Often we find ourselves in situations we never imagined, facing challenges we never prepared for. In these moments, it's easy to feel defeated, to believe that our struggles are nothing but roadblocks meant to hinder our journey. But what if we shift our perspective? What if, instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, we start seeing them as opportunities? Every person at some point in life encounters difficulties that test their patience, resilience, and determination. Some may face physical limitations, others may struggle emotionally, financially, or socially. But what sets successful individuals apart is their ability to extract meaning from these hardships and use them as stepping stones toward growth. Life's difficulties are not meant to stop us. They are meant to shape us, to refine our character, and to make us stronger than before. When we encounter an obstacle, we have two choices. We can either let it break us or we can let it build us. Often, people who have achieved great success did not do so because life was easy for them, but because they learned how to navigate their challenges and turn them into valuable lessons. They refused to let adversity define them. Instead, they used it as fuel to push themselves further. Challenges, when embraced with the right mindset, can become the very catalyst that propels us toward greatness. Imagine a river flowing smoothly, undisturbed. The water is calm and everything moves in one direction. But when an obstacle appears, a rock in its path, the river does not stop. It finds a way to flow around it, over it, or even through it. It does not resist the challenge. It adapts. And in that adaptation, it continues its journey with even greater strength. Similarly, life will place obstacles in our way, not to halt our progress, but to teach us how to move forward in new and unexpected ways. Many times, people fear challenges because they associate them with failure. But failure is not the end of the road. It is a detour leading to new possibilities. Some of the greatest inventions, discoveries, and personal transformations have come from failures and setbacks. Those who embrace challenges with an open mind understand that every difficulty carries a lesson, a hidden opportunity waiting to be uncovered. It is in these moments of struggle that we learn the most about ourselves, our capabilities, our endurance, and our ability to rise again. One of the most beautiful things about facing adversity is that it teaches us resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding problems, it is about developing the strength to overcome them. It is about standing tall even when life pushes us down. The more we challenge ourselves, the stronger we become. Just like a muscle grows when it is stretched and worked, our inner strength developed when we confront difficulties instead of running from them. There are countless stories of people who have turned their biggest challenges into the foundation of their success. Think about the individuals who have faced rejection, yet persevered until they reached their dreams. Think about those who have lost everything only to rebuild their lives stronger than before. Their stories remind us that hardship is not the end of the journey. It is often the beginning of something extra. Another important lesson challenges teach us is gratitude. When we go through difficulties, we begin to appreciate the little things in life that we once took for granted. We realize the value of strength, of perseverance, of the support we receive from others. Difficult times open our eyes to the beauty of resilience and the power of hope. They remind us that even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found. When we begin to see challenges as opportunities, we stop fearing them. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, we start asking, what can I learn from this? This shift in mindset transforms the way we handle difficulties. It helps us grow, evolve, and become the best version of ourselves. Every challenge comes with a lesson, and those who seek the lesson will always emerge stronger. Strength is often misunderstood. Many people associate it with physical power, with the ability to stand tall, to move forward without hesitation, and to show no signs of weakness. But true strength is not measured by how much weight a person can carry, how fast they can run, or how strong their body appears. True strength comes from within. It is the resilience of the mind, the courage of the heart, and the determination of the soul. Life is unpredictable, and it often throws unexpected challenges our way. Some of these challenges may be visible, while others are silent battles that no one else can see. When we face moments of hardship, our greatest strength is not in our ability to fight back with force, but in our ability to keep moving forward despite the difficulties. The human spirit is powerful beyond measure, and its true potential is revealed not in comfort but in struggle. People who are physically strong may falter when faced with emotional pain. Those who appear fearless may crumble under the weight of uncertainty. But those who possess inner strength find a way to rise no matter how many times they fall. Strength is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about facing them with a steady heart and an unshaken belief in oneself. It is about knowing that setbacks are temporary, that pain is a part of growth, and that no challenge is greater than the power of the human will. Many people believe that being strong means never showing vulnerability, never admitting pain, and never asking for help. But strength is not about pretending to be invincible. It is about having the courage to be real. A person who hides their struggles may appear strong on the outside, but true strength is found in those who acknowledge their pain, face their fears, and continue to push forward despite their circumstances. There are moments in life when everything seems to fall apart. A dream shatters, a plan fails, a loved one is lost, or a difficult truth must be faced. In these moments, it is easy to feel powerless, to believe that we are too weak to go on. But strength does not mean avoiding pain. It means knowing that even in the darkest times, there is a spark of hope that can never be extinguished. Strength is the quiet voice that whispers, "Keep going," even when everything seems impossible. Some of the strongest people in the world are not those who have never struggled, but those who have faced unimaginable hardships and still chosen to rise. They are the ones who have been broken, but refuse to stay shattered. They are the ones who have been knocked down by life and still found a way to stand up again. Strength is not about how much one can endure, but about how one chooses to respond to adversity. The human spirit is like a tree. A tree does not grow strong by standing in perfect conditions all the time. It grows strong when it is tested by storms, when its roots dig deeper into the earth, when it bends but does not break. Life's challenges are the winds that try to shake us, the storms that attempt to uproot us. But if we have strong roots, if we build a foundation of inner resilience, of unwavering belief in ourselves, we will not be defeated. We may bend, but we will never break. Fear is one of the greatest enemies of strength. It whispers doubts, it plants insecurities, it makes us question our abilities. But strength is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite fear. It is the ability to stand tall in the face of uncertainty, to take risks, to embrace change, and to trust that no matter what happens, we have the power to overcome it. There is no single path to strength. Each person discovers it in their own way, through their own experiences, through their own battles. But one thing remains true for everyone: strength is already within us. It is not something we have to find elsewhere. It is something we must awaken. It is in the way we rise after falling, in the way we keep believing even when the odds are against us, and in the way we refuse to let challenges define who we are. Limitations are often imposed by the mind before they exist in reality. From an early age, people are conditioned to believe that certain things are out of reach, that there are boundaries to what they can achieve. Some limitations come from society, others from personal fears, and some are due to circumstances beyond control. But what if limitations are not barriers, but simply illusions waiting to be challenged? What if they're not walls meant to confine, but doors meant to be opened? Many people live their lives trapped by the belief that they cannot do something because of their physical, emotional, or social circumstances. They tell themselves they are not strong enough, not talented enough, not capable enough. But history is full of examples of people who defied these limitations. They were told they could not, yet they did. They were told it was impossible, yet they made it happen. The difference was in their mindset, their refusal to accept limits as permanent, and the determination to redefine what was possible. A limitation becomes a reality only when it is accepted as such. When a person convinces themselves that they cannot achieve something, they unknowingly close the door to possibilities. But when they choose to question those beliefs, to push against the boundaries, they begin to realize that many of the things they once saw as obstacles were merely challenges waiting to be overcome. A person who sees limitations as opportunities will always go further than the one who sees them as restrictions. People often assume that certain abilities define success. They believe that to succeed, one must be physically strong, financially secure, or socially privileged. But success is not about what a person has. It is about what they do with what they have. Some of the most inspiring individuals in the world have achieved greatness, not because they had everything, but because they refused to let their struggles define them. They embraced their circumstances, adapted to their challenges, and found ways to turn their limitations into strengths. Society plays a significant role in shaping how people perceive limitations. Many individuals are discouraged from pursuing their dreams because they do not fit into the mold of what is considered capable or qualified. They are told that they are too different, too weak, or too broken. But the truth is, greatness does not come from fitting into a mold. It comes from breaking out of it. Every person has a unique journey, and those who refuse to be confined by expectations are the ones who leave a lasting impact on the world. There is power in perspective. A person who focuses on what they lack will always feel limited, while a person who focuses on what they have will always find a way forward. Strength is not in having every advantage. It is in using what is available and making the most of it. The human mind is powerful, and when it shifts from seeing problems to seeing possibilities, everything changes. Obstacles become challenges to overcome, struggles become lessons to learn from, and what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. When people shift their focus from what they lack to what they still have, they begin to see opportunities where there were once only obstacles. They begin to realize that their journey is not over, that they still have the power to create, to grow, and to achieve. They start making the most of their strengths instead of dwelling on their weaknesses. They begin to discover abilities they never knew they had because their circumstances pushed them to find new ways of living, thinking, and succeeding. Perspective plays a crucial role in how people handle adversity. Two individuals can experience the same hardship, but their responses can be completely different. One person may see it as the end, as an unfair burden, as something that takes away their ability to move forward. The other may see it as a chance to redefine themselves, to explore new paths, and to create a different but equally valuable future. The difference is not in the situation itself, but in the mindset with which it is approached. Gratitude is a powerful tool in this process. When someone takes the time to appreciate what they still have, their entire outlook begins to change. Instead of focusing on what they have lost, they start valuing what remains. The simple act of recognizing the gifts that still exist, the ability to breathe, to think, to love, to create, can transform despair into hope. Gratitude shifts the mind away from scarcity and towards abundance, reminding people that no matter what is missing, there is always something left to build upon. People often underestimate their own ability to adapt. When faced with life-altering changes, the initial reaction is often fear and resistance. There is a belief that life can never be good again, that happiness is no longer possible, but time and experience prove that human beings are incredibly resilient. They learn, they adjust, they find new ways to experience joy, and they discover strength they never knew existed. What once seemed unbearable eventually becomes a part of their story, not as a limitation, but as proof of their ability to rise above difficulties. Adapting to a new reality does not mean giving up on dreams or settling for less. It means redefining what is possible. It means taking the pieces that are still available and creating something meaningful with them. It means recognizing that life is constantly changing and that growth comes from learning how to navigate those changes. The past cannot be changed, but the future is still unwritten. And within that future, there is always room for new dreams, new experiences, and new victories. Every person has the ability to take control of their perspective. They can choose to see their circumstances as a prison or as a new path. They can focus on what is missing or embrace what remains. They can allow loss to define them, or they can use it as a stepping stone to something even greater. What matters is not what has been taken away, but what is done with what is still within reach. The choice to embrace reality and move forward with strength and determination is always available, no matter the circumstances. The human spirit is an unstoppable force, capable of enduring hardships, overcoming obstacles, and rising above circumstances that may seem impossible. Throughout history, individuals have faced immense challenges, yet they have emerged stronger, wiser, and more determined. What sets these individuals apart is not their physical strength, resources, or external advantages, but their inner belief in themselves and their refusal to give up. The spirit of a person is far greater than any limitation, and when it is fueled by determination, faith, and resilience, nothing can stand in its way. Life is full of moments that test the strength of the human soul. There are times when everything seems to fall apart, when dreams are shattered, and when the road ahead appears too difficult to travel. In these moments, it is easy to feel powerless, to believe that there is no way forward. But the truth is, no situation has the power to define a person unless they allow it to. The circumstances may be challenging, the journey may be uncertain, but the spirit within has the ability to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the path may seem. Every great achievement in the world was made possible by individuals who refused to be stopped by obstacles. Whether it was inventors who failed countless times before success, athletes who pushed their bodies beyond their limits, or individuals who defied societal expectations to pursue their dreams, the common factor was their unstoppable spirit. They faced rejection, they encountered setbacks, they experienced moments of doubt, but they never let those moments define their destiny. They chose to believe in themselves, even when no one else did. The mind is a powerful tool capable of shaping reality. When a person believes that something is impossible, they create barriers that prevent them from even trying. But when they believe that they are capable, that their spirit is stronger than their circumstances, they open themselves up to possibilities they never imagined. Strength is not about having an easy life or avoiding struggles. It is about facing challenges with the belief that they can be conquered. The mind can either be a person's greatest enemy or their strongest ally, depending on how it is trained to think. There will always be people who doubt, situations that seem unfair, and challenges that feel overwhelming. But an unstoppable spirit does not look for approval or permission to keep going. It does not wait for the perfect conditions or the right moment. It takes action despite the doubts, despite the fears, and despite the odds. It is the kind of spirit that refuses to be silenced, that finds solutions when there seem to be none, and that pushes forward even when the entire world seems to be against it. Resilience is one of the greatest qualities of an unstoppable spirit. Life will knock people down, but those who refuse to stay down are the ones who rise above every challenge. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about having the strength to get back up every time something tries to bring a person down. It is about standing tall even when the weight of the world feels unbearable. Those who possess an unstoppable spirit do not see failure as the end, but as a lesson, a stepping stone toward something greater.